One coming to you live from eThekwini Kakasini. It's proudly brought to you by Hollywood.
Let's go!
The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
Rob, good evening. What a great show. No mukesinga now. Ngilanda ngokomoya that show yako. Rob, first and foremost, congratulations to Pirate. What a beautiful displacement of football. Rob, apoli swingo zangazi ukuthi singamsaphe South Africa. Second thing, Rob, ngiyambonga ubaba cause ngomukoko. We need to have a disciplinary hearing kumukoko so that any other player ezo display what he has displayed, let it be forfeited. Akishwe came in because as Lalama man games anjena, that was much more aggressive. Yabona ube it's a case that Rob ngabu schedule 6. Danko ngisemkhona.
Oh man, schedule 6 what? You gotta love it, man. As I said, busy show. We got an exciting guest in our Durban studios. We got Darren Keat lined up. So any questions or comments, you can start formulating those. Send them through via WhatsApp. I'll update you though, because our Protea women just continue to do unimaginable things. And we are so proud. So proud. We cannot not mention them and what they're going through at the moment, regardless of the eventuality. That's all I'm saying. But last night as well, I don't know where your focus was last night. I think we all get confused because there was a time when sport was just mainly focused on the weekend. But now, midweek, Thursdays, Tuesdays, it's all happening. But under the floodlights of Dobsonville, history was written, literally in bold as well as golden ink. I'm chatting about Banyana, South Africa's pride, our warriors in green and gold. I mean, they've done it again. It was a stoppage time strike from the unstoppable Thembi Kgatlana. It sealed it 1-0. It was a victory. 2-1 aggregate over the Democratic Republic of Congo. And with it, we have now booked our ticket, guys, to Morocco for the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. We are qualifying for everything and anything in 2025. South Africa are on a roll. If we are not qualifying for major tournaments, then I don't know what we're doing. If there's one thing that we're getting right in South Africa is competition, is sports. We're getting it right. And sometimes you don't even get it on the show because we probably don't have enough time to highlight some of the great achievements that are out there. But I mean, it's not just about qualification. I mean, if you watch the game, there was resilience, there was a bit about legacy. It was also just about the next chapter. And who was in charge? Who was at the forefront? Who was there with a great deal of passion and tactical brilliance? I mean, somebody that stood tall in the pressure of 2 WAFCON qualifiers. And at times people are saying, they're not going to make it. They don't look great. They don't look sharp. But she guided our heroines through the fire. She is the caretaker coach, and my goodness, did she take care of business with the vision for the World Cup and beyond. Coach Tina Sonkembuli, welcome to #MSW.
Good evening, Tarok, and good evening to your listeners.
You must be tired.
I feel like I was also playing.
I was about to say, you feel like you did your 90 minutes there, hey?
Yeah, 90 plus, yeah. I feel exactly like this. I feel like I was part of the game also now.
You were part of the game. Like I'm saying, that the tactical ability to coach through is something magical. Firstly, the C word here, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Tarok. Thank you.
I mean, brought in as a caretaker coach, what were your personal expectations?
I think first thing that obviously we came into camp, we knew what was happening. We had to block the outside noise because we knew that we had one chance to qualify. So what was more important than anything was just to play these 2 games and qualify.
Was it difficult to cut out the noise because the noise was there?
No, it was difficult, but at the same time, I think coach prepared us because we reported for camp on the 19th. But I think 4 days or 5 days prior to that, we knew exactly that the coach is not coming.
But in terms of that transferring to the ladies, in terms of that transferring to the rest of your technical team, one wouldn't say, when we watched the game, you wouldn't say that was the case.
I think what was under pressure, Taro, more than anything, is that we knew that we only had one round, which was going to Congo and coming back home and win the game. And obviously the plan was to go to Congo and make sure that we get results away from home. We had opportunities to finish the game first half away, and then we couldn't. But we were happy that we came back home with the away goal. And we knew that coming back, they have a strong team now. It's not just when people think about Congo, they just look at the rankings and then they say, Banyana, it will be the game for Banyana. African football has improved. Most of the African teams have improved, and so has Congo. So we knew that coming home with that one goal, we still had to fight. And if you watch the game towards the end, before we scored, we were really, really under pressure. But we were prepared. We knew that it's going to exactly happen like it happened yesterday.
Obviously, I mentioned the name of Thembi Kgatlan, a shining example of a professional footballer. I mean, her returning back into the fold, her returning back into the squad meant a lot to South Africans, and I'm sure it meant a lot to you. And having to integrate her into the squad, into the rhythm, into everything that you've prepared, how was that?
I think first and foremost, we miss them, not just to Thembi, Amo, Hilda, and the scene in the first leg. But a blessing for that was that we were able to use Bonolo. Bonolo, she got the opportunity to start in the first leg. I mean, Bonolo, she's just 10-17 now, and she had a good game. So coming back home, we knew that having Thembi and Hilda and Amo, it would give them a little bit of pressure because the 4 players that are based in Mexico are attacking players. So we knew that coming back home, we have more options in terms of our offensive play. And they gave us exactly that. That's why a certain game we had a tactical change in terms of starting with Hilda and starting with Thembi up front. And having Thembi on the field, it's like in a magnet, the rope. If there's 2 or 3 players around there, I'm picking, and then that gives space for the other players that are playing close to her. Yes, she get those 1v1 and she score, but also having those more players around there, it gives space for Hilda, for Umachia, who was playing on the other side today. So having Thembi around, it was a good plus for us.
And if there were any lessons, though, to be learned, given when the goal was scored, I know patience would be one of them. What else?
I didn't get the question at all.
I'm saying, if there was any lesson to be learned from this particular game, what would it be? I know maybe patience would be one of them in terms of when you get your goal.
Lesson would be convert the half chances that you create. I think first half we had, 2 or 3 clear chances. I think the goal that Thembi scored first half was not offside if you go back and look at the clip. But more than anything, the lesson is to finish the actions. If you create a chance, finish your actions with the goal. Because we are playing against a team that plays on transition. If you attack and then you don't finish your action, they have an opportunity to attack back at you. So even the message for the whole camp was that let us convert the half chances that you create.
Now, WAFCON is something that South Africa always feels the desire to win. And now that the qualification has been secured here, Coach, now how do we kind of pivot our focus? I was saying, as you're holding on the line, I was saying that South Africa is doing so well. We are qualifying for so many things on different levels, different sporting codes, and there's World Cups. The women, the Pro-Tier women are doing so well. Now, there's going to be another focus, which is World Cup qualification. How do you shift your focus into that almost immediately?
It's going to be a little bit difficult for us because WAFCON is in March. And for our league, our Hollywood Bet League, it's usually kick-off towards the end of March. So we really have to come up with a plan now to say we use the next window, which is now in November. We must get a friendly game. It means now we have to cut the preseason for our players so that you can come back early and prepare for WAFCON. So now we might run a risk of going to WAFCON without players having played league games because our league kick off late, nevertheless. Also, a FA come and help us in terms of changing the schedule of the league so that we go to WAFCON with the players that are ready. But then going to WAFCON, I think we're going for two things. One, first of all, is to qualify for the same league so that you book a ticket to Brazil. It's going to be difficult because now the UCAF has also increased the number of teams. But I think once you taste a World Cup, and last time we went all the way to round of 16, I'm sure we want to go back. And maybe what makes things easy for us this week in the technical team is that players are looking beyond WAFCON 2026. They really want to go back to the World Cup.
Sure. I think a great deal of focus, though. People always talk about the depth. I mean, do we have the kind of depth of players that are waiting in the wings, that if some of the top players have injuries or maybe they've overexerted themselves here, Coach, and they can't participate, for example, on both of these tournaments, do you think we've got the depth?
I just mentioned to you now that it was maybe a blessing not to have Utembi in the first leg because we got the opportunity to start to Bonolo. If Utembi was there, was Bonolo going to start? Maybe not. But you also spoke about the importance of that everyone is qualifying. But for the women's side, our children national team are not qualifying. So maybe we need to get that right again so that our under 17 qualify for World Cup, under 20 qualify for World Cup. Because if you want to have that transition from U20 to Banyana, it's a big jump. So we really need our junior national teams to qualify. And I know that in Feb they are going to the last round of qualifying for the World Cup, so that you can have that depth. Our league is helping us, but also I can't say we really have that depth for now. But maybe my answer would be we need the junior national team to qualify so that also the junior players can test to play in the international football. Because for now, it's really, really difficult to just introduce the young ones to the senior national team.
All right. And just considering how tired you sound, Coach, some of our shareholders, our listeners here said, you know what, ask the coach these questions. So what I need from you, we're just going to have a little bit of fun for the next minute, is what's your favorite stadium to play in or coach in?
Moses Mabhida.
One word to describe Thembi Kgatlan.
Speedy.
Repeat that, Coach.
Speedy.
Aha. Toughest opponent you faced as a coach?
Spain.
Pre-match ritual?
I don't eat breakfast on match day.
Dream coaching destination?
Anywhere outside of South Africa.
Banyana in one word.
So, Banyana in one word. Banyana in one word. I would say 3 months.
Who inspires you the most in football?
Oh, there are a lot. Sure.
One.
Who inspires me? I have a lot of coaches that I look up to, and maybe other. Let's say Emma Haynes.
Who, Coach?
Emma Haynes.
VAR, yes or no?
I didn't get that, Rob.
VAR, yes or no?
No, after yesterday's game, yes.
Hi, Mr. Marawa and the team. Firstly, I would like to say big up to you and the team for adding value to the Banyana games, for promoting it, for giving it a publicity. Job well done. Big up. And secondly, I would like to say congratulations to the coach and the team. Job well done. I expect Safa to offer her a job. And then we need to remove that word acting, because she's not acting, but rather she's coaching. David in Parkwood.
I love that. Tina Sonke Mbuli, are you ready to be the full-time coach?
Banyana is the full-time coach, Rob.
I know that.
Yeah.
But if Safa's not paying the coach, what must we do?
I'm okay to assist for now. The Banyana is a coach now. They do have a coach.
I hope they're paying you, coach.
They do have a full-time coach.
I hope they're paying you, because if they're not, trust me, yeah, we won't put threats out on air, but you've made history. I'm very, very proud of you on a personal level. So well done on what yourselves, your technical team, as well as the squad did yesterday. Unbelievable. Heading to Morocco. Chat to you soon, Coach. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Okay, Rob.
All right, remember that name. Tina Sonkemboli, Banyana caretaker coach. She knows how to take care of business.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Whether you own a startup in Sandton or a bakery in Bloemfontein, Standard Bank has the solutions to grow your business. For just R9 per month, our MyMoBiz business account gives you access to free online banking and a team of business experts. Our Simply Blue Pro card machine enables you to accept payments anytime, anywhere. Search Standard Bank MyMoBiz or Simply Blue to amplify the growth of your business today. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
In the streets of Mzansi, two unstoppable hustlers take center stage. The Suzuki Eco, the Cargo King. The Suzuki Super Carry, the efficient workhorse. These vehicles are your business in motion. And now, when you buy one, you'll get it branded on us. That's Economics 101. Get an Eco or Super Carry today to turn your ride into the ultimate moving billboard. Visit suzukiauto.co.za to book a test drive and to drive your hustle forward in style. T's and C's apply.
Dlala Madluli, coach. The games are out. Who are you betting on?
Dlala Madlamin, top player. On Sports Stake 4, I'm going with the strongest defense.
Nice one, coach. But I'm going with the goals.
What's that, Coach Amanda? Now it's up to the fans to Dala, or rather Dlala what they must. Dlalu 4.
Sports Stake 4 for only R2. Pick win, lose or draw for 4 games and you could win. Play at any participating National Lottery retailer. Be enjoy a game. Panda push up play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Huawei Watch GT6 Series, 2025's must-have smartwatch, introducing the King of Power. Up to 21 days of unstoppable battery life in a sleek titanium and ceramic design that's as strong as it's stylish. The Trackmaster with 24/7 heart rate tracking, sleep monitoring, advanced health management, and the world's first cycling virtual power feature. Fully compatible with both iOS and Android. Get yours now from just R169 a month over 36 months or R4,999 at selected retailers. T's and C's apply.
Wake up and plug in. Your weekend just got a remix. Nick Music is back. Groove along to chart-topping hits, dance-offs, and moments that trend. Plus, get smart with our brand new Money Smarts with Nedbank. Learn to save, spend, and plan like a pro with fun financial tips made just for you. Tune in, turn it up, and take control of your sound and your sense. Catch Nick Music every weekend morning at 9 a.m. on Nicktoons DSTV channel 308.
Dividing public opinion. The Room Dividers.
They managed to keep it up. And over. Over for the Springboks' first try.
Marawa our sports worldwide. Tando Banana down in Cape Town. Mike Greenaway, who is in Johannesburg. Mike, the historical context of reaching at 100.
When Rassie appointed Sia as the first black African captain of the Springboks in 2018, in my opinion, that was as big as Madiba's moment in 1995 when he wore that Francois Pinault number 6 jersey. Look, Sia had a few caps behind him at the time, but now we are approaching his 100th. I mean, what he has done for nation building in South Africa is just indescribable. And I'm sure some of the people who said this were tongue-in-cheek, but not really, was that if Sia ran for president, he would have won by a country mile. That's how big Sia Kolisi is to South Africa.
Sia Kolisi, there's hope in your eyes. Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
All right, before I introduce my guest, guys, I did make mention of the fact that, our Protea women continue to do well. Maybe a lot of you asking yourselves, what's he talking about? England suffered that semi-final exit at the Women's Cricket World Cup after Laura Wolfart, as well as Marizan Cup, helped South Africa to a 125-run victory in Guwahati. Wolfart smashed 169 from 143 deliveries. Now, the highest ever score from a South African at a Women's World Cup to help the Proteas, who lost the toss. I mean, they recovered from 202 for 6 to post a commanding 319 for 7 from 50 overs. Cup also added a quick-fire 42 before making the dream start, though, with the ball, removing Tammy Beaumont as well as Amy Jones in that double-wicket maiden, as England slumped to a 1-3 after just 7 balls in the chase. So, hey, we can confirm, guys, South Africa are in the Cricket World Cup 25 final. So a big, big round of applause for South Africa. What an achievement. And I don't regret what I said early on. I said we just keep doing well in whatever sport that South Africans are involved in. If there's one thing that currently doesn't need to be in a commission, like everything else is in a commission these days, or an ad hoc committee, it's sport. I think we just need an ad hoc committee to find out why we're winning so much. There's a sense of, there's a good feel in the air on the sporting front. And now with the Springboks about to kickstart the outbound tour, it just makes life even more exciting to have the world champions out there, having to play against Japan, having to play against France. My, oh my. I got someone here who probably would have loved to play golf if things worked out his way. But football is his calling, whether he likes it or not, with the great handicap that he has. Hey, I think also when you go back from the glory days at Bidvest Wits to flying the South African flag high in Europe and now back home, guarding the goals for Durban City. I mean, he's been through it all. The triumphs, the challenges, the travels, and he's still standing strong between the posts. And I was just chatting to him off air and say, hey, welcome to my kingdom. Welcome to the kingdom of KwaZulu. So as Durban City prepares now for that massive Friday night clash against Kaizer Chiefs, I mean, he joins us to reflect on his incredible football journey and how incredible it's been. My word. From Wits to Europe to Cape Town City's heartbreak, also the new chapter that's down here in Durban now, and right here, live in studio. Is this the first time, Darren?
Yes, thanks for having me, Rob. First time living in Durban, and it's been, 4 months now, and thoroughly enjoying it. So happy to be here, and it's been a great adventure so far.
Besides the crazy driving, what do you love about Durban?
I like to say the weather, but I'm not the biggest fan of the warm weather, of the humidity. Yes. But I do like the rain. I have no problem with the rain, so that's okay. The people are generally quite friendly in Durban, I've noticed. A lot friendlier than other places I've been. I seem to stop at the coffee shop up the road, and I get a greeting from everyone, so it's quite nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should chat to Mark Fish one of these days. I know I've said this before, but every time I would be here and he would know that I'm here, he would walk from wherever he was staying to come to the studio. Didn't even drive or Uber, although, Uber at Durban is also just another total different experience there, because the guy rocks up in his slobs, probably got the girlfriend sitting in the back, and life is wonderful. But it is that type of weather, though, because in December it gets a bit worse. The humidity does intensify. Those beautiful things called mosquitoes also start to bug you. But it's been a breath of fresh air. Benny McCarthy enjoyed being here with Amazulu. Had a great spell.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like you said, a breath of fresh air. We've needed a new start. I managed, like you mentioned, with Cape Town City, the heartbreak that we had there. Sometimes you need to have a fresh start again, and ending up here would say an easy choice, but also a difficult choice, because obviously the kids are in school in Cape Town. The family stayed behind in Cape Town, so leaving them behind was difficult. But an easy choice to get out and do it again, start fresh, start new, and see where we go from here. And it's been a great 4 months so far. Yeah. I think we've done pretty well in the league, but Durban as a whole, it's been good to me.
It's crazy though. I think 4 almost becomes your number. You just said it almost becomes your number if you're looking at it, because 4 years at Cape Town City, 104 games played for Cape Town City. There was I think you conceded 90.
Not 94.
No, not 94. But the 40 comes back in, because that's the clean sheets that you had at Cape Town City. And I'm glad you mentioned the family thing, because sometimes players up and go, but they up and go due to what the contract says. So at the age of 35, that makes it, a little bit more tricky, because then what do you say to the chairman of Cape Town or of Durban City this time? You love cities, eh? Cape Town City, Durban City.
Yeah. City to city.
City to city, man. You should own a bus company. What then do you say when you're sitting down and you're signing the contract? Is it 1 year, let's wait and see? How did you go about your current contract?
So I got a phone call from the chairman asking if I was interested in joining, and immediately I said yes. He did mention to me, obviously, Coach Gavin Hunt would be joining, and they would be getting Rowan Fernandez as the goalkeeper coach, and the type of players they were looking at. And I said, I'm happy to have a go, happy to join. Obviously, we had to negotiate the contract and things like that. But for me, the most important thing was to go to a team where I'm wanted, to go to a team that would want me to join, whether it was in a playing capacity or not. That's always up to the club. But I made it very clear from the beginning that I want to play. Obviously, I need to be deserving of my position. I need to be deserving the place to start. But I'm not going there to sit on the bench and say, this might be my last few years or so. I wanted to play. I wanted to stay ready to play. So as long as they knew that, and they knew my ambitions, and I knew the club's ambitions, that's what was the most important thing for me. And then the discussions I had with my wife was what would be best for them, for the kids. And my son's in grade 4. My daughter goes to grade 1 next year. So they're going to be in the same school. So to uproot them and find new schools, go to a new place, would have been difficult. And that's where we come to the contract, which it's a 1 year. So it's a 1+1. At the end of the season, the club will decide if they want to keep me longer. So for a year of uncertainty with the family, it was better just for me to go on my own. And try and make it back and forth as much as possible. The family comes to visit during the school holidays and things like that. But no, I must say the contract negotiations were very quick and easy and smooth. And look, I knew what I wanted, and I'm glad the club knew what they wanted, and it makes it easier.
Because there was that talk, though, that you might prefer to go join your former coach, Eric Tinkler, at Sekhukhune.
Yes.
Was that a real thing? Because obviously it becomes then which former coach do you go to? Because Gavin is also a former coach of yours at Bidvest.
Yeah, so there was contact there. I did speak to Coach Eric, and he did share his interest in me joining them. Yeah. And then a few days later, it all happened very quickly, but actually before I spoke to Durban City. But a few days later, he did mention to me that they had already signed 2 keepers, so they wouldn't be looking at me anymore. And I said, okay, no problem. And then a few days later, spoke to Coach Gavin and to Mr. Kadoria. Yeah. And the Durban thing happened within, I would say, a week or so.
Because with all of your experience, national team, playing at KV in Belgium, coming back, playing for, Cape Town City, like you said, for the 4 years and achieving the remarkable record that you have, you don't want to be playing like a waiting game, being a number 3 while you wait. It almost takes you back to the crazy situation at Bidvest Wits now, because you had made up your mind that you're going to be leaving the team. So there's Ricardo Goss waiting to come on. The club makes a decision that they're not going to play you. So you got games that are coming up. I think it was SuperSport United. There was a game against Black Leopards. You didn't play, not because you were not fit. Yeah. They just told the coach that, listen, this is the direction that How did that make you feel?
Funny enough, it happened just before AFCON in 2019. And so I'd made a decision that we were looking to go back to Europe when I was still at Wits in 2019. AFCON was in that, I think it was July 2019.
In Egypt, yeah.
And I'd come back from the Libya game. We made qualifications. I came back, and then obviously I got put on the bench because I wasn't renewing my contract. And in a way, I understood it, but I was also quite disappointed because AFCON was coming up, and I needed to play to keep my place. And then we got to AFCON, and then, Coach Stewart, he said to me, like, I haven't been playing in the last 6 games or the last few games, and it's going to be very difficult for me to play, hence why Ronwin started. But I spoke to Coach Rowan about that earlier. Actually, I said, he put me on the bench for those games, and then Ricardo got a red card, and then I had to play. Mm-hmm. And then he started shouting at me, and I said, leave me alone now. You didn't want me to play. Now I'm playing. This is my game. Don't bother me now. Because he was upset. We were down to 10 men, and I was looking to play quick, and I said, leave me alone. It was one of those situations.
It's like I'm no longer your player anymore.
Yeah, we laugh about it. We laugh about it now. But that's part of life. It's part of football. And I think things just work out as they should, when they need to. And I ended up going to Belgium anyway, back to Belgium again, and did well there again. So, look, I've got no regrets. I understand the decisions that clubs and coaches make, and that's part of football. It's part of life.
Because you got to make those tough calls in the same way that the first time when you went to KV, you had a contract sitting on the table from Mamelodi Sundowns.
I don't know about that.
I know it was there. Yogesh put the contract there on the table. Trotmanot was part of those negotiations. And when you compare the Belgian contract to the one you're going to get at Sundowns, from a monetary perspective, Sundowns were giving you more. Is that a lie?
I have no idea. I never ever once saw a contract from Mamelodi Sundowns.
You never did?
Never ever. I know there was discussions, but never saw a contract from them.
How come?
I don't know. No idea. I know there was interest. I know they spoke to my manager at the time.
Sean Bester was there?
Yes. And I never ever saw a contract from them.
But so Sean didn't whisper to you that Sundowns are offering you more money?
He didn't know. We didn't even speak about that.
But Sundowns were offering you more money. If you're hearing this for the first time, I'm telling you.
Yes. I wouldn't know.
But you just wanted to go to Europe, though, regardless.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah. No, I did. I remember there was a question asked, if Sundowns were to offer you $1 million a month, would you take it? And I was like, they haven't offered me, so probably, no, I wouldn't take it because I haven't seen it. So
your agent saw it, but you didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it. Because I also made it very clear to him from the beginning what I wanted to do. Yeah. And as long as he was on the same page, then it was okay.
So not even $1 million a month would have changed your mind?
Well, maybe if it was $1 million a month, it would have.
It's possible.
I never had an offer.
It's possible.
I never had an offer, so...
You can ask A couple of.
I'll check. They can send me another copy. I'll have a look at it to see.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Darren Keat. Darren is one of the few South African goalkeepers who have plied their trade abroad, came back to re-establish himself, and I think he was in the books of Cape Town City last season. And with John Comites speaking to Rob on Friday, Darren, he cited that there were players who were part of the team that got relegated and were not prepared to go down to Motsepe Foundation Championship, but those players, some of them wanted unreasonable settlements. What was your departure at Cape Town City? Were you not also prepared to play in the Motsepe Foundation Championship to help the team regain promotion back into the league? Thank you so much, Tebogo.
Tebogo, thank you so much indeed. Be honest. Spoke to John. He said what he said. I think he's probably on the verge of wanting to buy a status, if I have to be honest with you now, of getting back, because he'll probably head the same route as Cape Town Spurs, same route as Santos. Hi, how are you? First Division. Hi, how are you? Gone. Yeah. Was it about relegation? What was that tough decision?
You mean me leaving?
You leaving?
No, so look, I knew they had signed a keeper already. There were discussions about the new incoming keeper. Obviously, I was on the first choice salary, and he would also have been on quite a decent salary coming from Europe. And the conversation I had with John was just like they don't have the money to continue with both of us. They have to keep one of us, but obviously the new guy is coming in, and they're going to have to try and get rid of my salary pretty much. And that's where the discussions
because obviously
ended.
You were one of the top earners.
I wouldn't know, but I would assume so. As a first choice goalkeeper, you would be you would be paid as a first choice goalkeeper.
But do you believe that he did not have the money to pay you?
No, I'm sure they have their reasons. I'm sure it would have been okay. I did say to him, I'm happy to stay, but at the end of the day, it was just one of those things where. Yeah, we had to make a decision, and we made a decision together in the best interest of the club, really.
I mean, just whisper to me, the mics are off. Would you really have gone to the First Division?
I would have, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've been there before.
I know that.
Yeah.
But 2025?
Yeah. As long as I was earning the same money I would have been okay with it.
And playing regularly, barring injuries, of course. Yeah. All right, maybe something to quickly ponder on as we head to the break.
Hey, Robert Maluputu. Yeah, just the quick question for the goalkeeper, Kit. I strongly believe he should be the third keeper for Bafana. So he's still available for Bafana, still keen to play for Bafana, or that door is closed now, he's focused only on the cap level only, because he is the good goalkeeper, got experience too, and still good. So that's my question. Thank Robert.
All right, he'll answer that question straight after the break. Is that a Teddy Pendergrass situation of close the door?
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
Tumi's playing past the stapler with the CEO's son. Tumi and the CEO started in the same position on the same day. But because the CEO's tertiary education encouraged original thinking to solve real-world challenges, he made an impact from day one, while Tumi's same old education kept him playing the same old game. If the impact of high-performance tertiary education is this clear, shouldn't you consider it for your child? Emirates. Thinking forward. Emirates is an educational brand of the Independent Institute of Education.
Hear that? That's the sound of the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco 2025, and you could win double tickets to the opening match. Simply visit Total Energies, fill up with 750 Rand or more of Excellium fuel, or top up with Quartz engine oil, and you're in the game. So join us as we celebrate the spirit of football together, and let's make Africa the home of the beautiful game. Exclusive to club members, valid 30 September to 17 November. T's and C's apply.
Lala Madluli, coach. The games are out. Who are you betting on?
Lala Madlamin, top player. On Sports Stake 4, I'm going with the strongest defense.
Nice one, coach. But I'm going with the goals.
What's that, Coach Amanda? Now it's up to the fans to dala or rather dala what they must. Lalu 4.
Sports Stake 4 for only 2 Rand. Pick win, lose or draw for 4 games and you could win. Play at any participating National Lottery retailer. Be enjoy a game. Panda push up play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Whether you're busy at the office, stuck in traffic, or boarding a plane for holiday, that feeling hits and you just have to go. Remember, Smectago for diarrhea, cramping and pain. Smectago comes in ready-to-use sachets. No water needed. Just tear, squeeze and take. Stop and treat diarrhea wherever you are with Smectago. For full prescribing information, refer to the professional information approved by the Medicines Regulatory Authority.
Her first day, I was a mess. I packed her things, double-checked her snacks, name tag and drop-off time, and she looked so small. I must have kissed her head 5 times before we left. As we arrived, she ran off without even looking back. Typical. Turns out, she loved puppy daycare.
They're not just pets, they're family. And at Absolute Pets, we're here to help you give them the very best. Absolute Pets, because family comes first.
You could spend 10 minutes trying to fix the office printer or get a 10-minute quote from Outsurance that could save you thousands on your car insurance. For her 2025 Hyundai Exter, 65-year-old Helena now pays only 398 Rand a month. And for her 2024 Haval H6 4x4, 50-year-old Priya pays just 1,178 Rand a month. Ready to get more out of your car insurance? SMS out to 43503. That's out to 43503. Outsurance, licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
Dividing public opinion. The room dividers.
They managed to keep it up. Over for the Springboks' first try.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. Tanda Manana down in Cape Town. Mike Greenaway, who is in Johannesburg. They're going to be facing Japan. Team came out.
And I'm quite happy. And I would have loved to see Sia start from the bench. He's playing his 99th test match, so I would have really loved him to come off the bench in this game.
I mean, what a journey it's been for him.
I expect Rassie to give Sia his 100th against Ireland. The Springboks have played Ireland 4 times under Rassie. They've lost 3 and won 1. And Ireland are that thorn in the Springboks' flesh.
As opposed to be versus France, Mike says versus Ireland for the 100th.
Sia will play against France. I think let him lead us against the French and let us get that victory again.
Sia Kulisi, there's hope in your eyes.
#MSW. #MSW.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and good evening to Popeye. But Darren Keat, Mr. Marawa, just a quick one for Darren. Before he joined Durban City, he was playing for Cape Town City for quite a long time. What I want to know from Popeye is that what was the team's downfall? Because they were boasting a lot of experienced players like Aboma Karing himself, your Chabono Dada, your Kamohelo Mokojo. What made the team got relegated? What was the real problem? Because I think they changed the coaches a lot last season, but it seems as if nothing was working out for them. And lastly, I just want to wish them everything of the best on Friday against the Chiefs, because I'm a Durbanite, so I have to go with Durban City. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Thank you. Thank you so much indeed. What's an honest appraisal of that? If you had to summarize the reason why a star-studded team with sponsors coming out of your ears would get relegated?
Look, I think they made the signings. We made good signings. We got a good team together. I think it just didn't work out in the end. We couldn't score goals. It's quite simple. We scored 15 goals the whole season.
Jeez.
And we managed to keep 10 clean sheets. So when you're having almost as many clean sheets as goals that you scored in the whole season, I think it's quite clear to see where the issue was. Obviously not blaming anyone, but you take that same team in a different year, the exact same team, maybe things would have been different. Maybe we would have won the league. You just never know. But I think the players that we have, everyone knew the capability we had as a team, and it just didn't work out. We couldn't get it right, and it ended up being most of our downfall. And having to leave Cape Town City, which it's a great shame, because it's been such a good club for the last few years. But yeah, like I said, my personal opinion is just never worked out. We couldn't get the goals we needed.
Because John was very frank again on Friday when we had that conversation. John's always very honest with his assessments, and he pretty much said that he, on a personal front, tried everything that he could. He even not fell short. He literally took the blame, almost like, guys, blame me. He says, but I tried everything. We tried psychological help. I don't know what the psychologist was saying to you guys, but he says that was even offered. That's how deep they were. But if you're only scoring 15 goals, an entire professional team in an entire season, Erling Haaland has scored 11 goals already, and the league's hardly, taken off. And one man scored 11.
Yeah. No, I know. I think, and I think it just goes to show why strikers are paid so much. Because at the end of the day, like, they always say in football, defenders will win your league, strikers will win your games. And sometimes you just need to have that game winner all the time. And that's why they're the highest paid players, and it's the most difficult to afford. But yeah, no, you're right. We tried to get all the help we could. We tried to get like psychologists, sports psychologists, to help us in a better way of thinking. And, we did all these exercises, but at the end, nothing worked. Nothing went right for us. Like, it just couldn't go right. We beat the teams we didn't need to beat, and we lost to the teams we should have beat. It was one of those seasons.
The crazy thing, Darren, I always go back to a game. I know you played Chiefs. Everybody is talking about that, and the last caller spoke about it. There was a game you played against Kaizer Chiefs at the Mbombela Stadium. I remember that game. Benny was still in charge, because it became a very tense rivalry between Chiefs and Cape Town City. So if Chiefs go to Cape Town, it's a sold-out affair.
Yes.
If Chiefs come to now play anywhere, then they took that game to Mbombela. That game was sold out going into Thursday night. So by midnight Thursday, so Wednesday, and that game was sold out. And trust me, there's no way, who's Chiefs versus Cape Town City to pack out a stadium?
Yeah.
But they built that intensity, that rivalry around the two teams because of the big personalities on either side. So for me, that's always the impression that's left to say, and then that whole thing collapses. You got F&B, you got direct access, you got all sorts of sponsors that are chucking money at the team.
Yeah.
And still you just can't get over the hurdle. Then they say, okay, there's a playoff, maybe a last ditch opportunity. That still falters. I can imagine that must have shattered everybody.
Yeah, I think it was heartbreak, and I think after that Orbit College game, you could see on the players' faces that it was definitely heartbreak, and it was sad. I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, in those situations, like for me, it was almost clear to me what had happened, and I was okay with it because it was such a whirlwind of up and down and like emotional battles, physical battles. Getting home, my wife asks me, why am I frustrated? And you can't explain, but you just are, because it's the nature of the game, and it works on a person's personality. So like I go through it, everyone goes through it from the top to the bottom, and it's not just us as players or John Committees as the owner, but I think also the backroom staff that takes the biggest hit out of everyone, because at the end of the day, a lot of us still get to find a job. A lot of other people don't get to find another job. So, those things play on you, and it was just emotional for everyone. And eventually you just get to a stage where you're actually thankful it's over and you can refocus on what needs to be done in the next step. And I think hopefully for Cape Town City now that they'll be able to come right and find themselves in the PSL again. But it's going to be difficult. It always is difficult because I've been there before. But you never know. Things can happen and things can work out.
Good evening, Robert. This is the man. Good evening, Kit. Mine, Robert, is just to congratulate the goalkeeper there, to say most players, once the team get relegated, they cease to exist. But with him, he resurfaced and he works with Gavin Hunt. So I just want to ask him, how is it to work with Gavin Hunt? And again, I know he has this height advantage, but I just want to find out from him, is his height an advantage in pose, or It's just the skill and the knowledge he acquired throughout the years. And according to him, who is his most feared player when he's faced with? Good show as always.
Okay, quick one. Most feared player, is there such a thing for you?
I won't say most feared, but I love coming up against Shalulile because we always have a chat to each other in the game because he's always waiting to score a goal, and I always tell him when's he going to score. And I think in the game we lost, I don't think he scored, did he? We played against Sundowns, we lost 3-1. No, he didn't score. And I went to him and I said, yeah, at least you didn't score. That's okay. So I won't say he's the most feared player, but I like the challenge. I love the challenge.
Probably because he tucks his shirt in all the time. It kind of looks like a little prefect.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how can we help you? How can we help you? He talks about the height. Is that an advantage for you? Because it almost brings to mind, and I forget the player's name, Sam or someone in Belgium, who was the favorite number 1 when you got there.
Yes, Christophe Van Hout.
Yeah, Christophe, yes. And so they favored him, and they were saying, oh, you've got the potential too. And I'm saying potential, but what advantage does that bring into the game?
So it's weird. In South Africa, I'm considered tall. In Europe, I'm considered short. So it's just one of those things. Christophe he stood at 2.08 meters tall. So he's still officially in the Guinness Book of Records as the tallest professional footballer ever. But I don't always think a height has an advantage if you don't know how to use it. I enjoy, people talk about my height because I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at crosses and things like that. But it's just because I enjoy it. I enjoy the crosses. Christophe was afraid of crosses, to put it plain and simple, because he couldn't move as well. He couldn't move as easily. You look at a keeper like Casillas. He was only 182. Yeah. So he wasn't very tall, but yet he was still one of the best keepers around because he was very agile, he was mobile, he was quick. And I think it's a personality thing more than it is a physical thing. I think to be a goalkeeper, it's just about how you take the game on. I don't know. Does that explain enough for you?
No, it does. I think my next thing was going to be look at Ike Casillas. He's a short guy. Yeah. When you look at it
Fabian
from a goalkeeper,
Barthez.
Yeah, Fabian. Kiss my head. Well done. Play well, boys. Eh?
Yeah.
What do you think? You're playing in a team where Gavin Hunt is coach is what? What dynamic is that?
It's nice. It's interesting. And again, like I said earlier, it made one of my decisions very easy because I know the way he works. I know exactly what to expect from him. It's hard to explain, but it's just I think we do generally work well together. We won 3 trophies at Wits together. And things worked well there, it's, to put it plain and simple, we talk more about when we fight than when we actually won anything. So like when I speak to the coaches and stuff, we're talking about when we used to fight at Wits, and we're talking about when we fight on the bench and things, because like we'll have a go like that at each other, because for me it's part of the game. So it's just trying to get the best out of each other, and I think Gavin also knows which buttons to push with certain players and
because
things like that.
It's easy to misunderstand each other and almost take it personally because he'll push you. Come on, you're useless. Yeah. What do you think? Look at you. Well, you just woken up.
Mm-hmm.
And as a football player, you'll think, this guy doesn't respect me.
Yeah.
And yet he's just kind of winding you up to be the better version of yourself. I mean, so much to talk about. Please come back next time I'm in Durban.
Invite me.
Of course we will. We will. I don't know which one between Bafana, because I think you should have gotten more than 10 caps.
13. I got 13.
13 caps. and I'm saying to myself, no, man. A whole Darren Keat. Maybe that's where we'll start when we chat.
You guys are talking like I'm retiring or something.
No, boss, trust me. Is Hugo Broos retiring after the World Cup? But is that door open or shut?
No, it's open. 100% open. I've never shut my door on my country.
3rd choice goalkeeper.
5th choice, kit man. Whatever capacity I can help them with, I'm willing to help. And I've said that from the beginning. To play for my national team, since I started, to play for my national team is worth more than any contract I could ask for. So to play for Bafana, or to be part of the team, I'm always open for that. I'll take that over anything else.
I love that. and you probably might win. So prove to us, though, that the fans that voted you man of the match in the game, that you shouldn't have been man of the match.
Thank you.
Neither should Chipper Zez have been probably last night. It's all skewed.
Yeah.
That thing. The fans just gotta vote. But I'm sure you're looking forward to the game against Chiefs. It brings in the crowd, and and they are on the upward trajectory right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they're a lot better team than they were last season. But I think we are too, and I think it will make a good game on Friday night. And what better place to play than in Moses Mabhida?
Yes. All right, guys, let's meet at that game. It's a Friday night football clash for the Stars. It's month end. Everybody's been paid, so you got no excuses not to be there. So it's ching. It's an opportunity to see Darren Keat. He's on, full flight. There's no injuries. There's nothing. He's looking forward to the game.
Good.
Absolute honor, Darren, to have you here in studio today. And wishing you everything of the best for the rest of the season, not just for the Chiefs game. I think you've shown it already in your short stay at Durban City, just what a prolific goalkeeper you are. And may the stars shine here.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Always happy to be here, and it's always a pleasure to chat to you.
He's going to be back here, guys. He's going to be back. I got so much to ask this man. My goodness. All right, thanks so much. We'll be back again tomorrow as well as Friday. 2 more days, 2 very, very big shows that are coming up. As well, live from our Durban studios, Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama.